One of the best benefits of all-wheel drive is being able to take advantage of using all four tires to get traction. And as this test from Ford shows, a all-wheel drive does a lot better than rear-wheel drive when it comes to tackling a hill that may be covered in snow or ice. This picture here shows you how a normal all-wheel drive car is set up, where you have the engine in the front and you have a differential both in the rear and the front of the vehicle to put power to each wheel as needed. It's a benefit over either a rear-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive system, where you can only get power to the front or the rear tires depending on the setup of the car. The all-wheel drive allows the vehicle to get better traction and better control the power of the engine where it is distributed. In this next segment by Ford, you'll see a police interceptor SUV that is all-wheel drive go through light gravel, and you'll see the difference between that and the Chevrolet Tahoe, which is just rear-wheel drive, and you can see the difference in how they handle the gravel.
Chevy Tahoe PPV.
Almost. Two more times. You're good. I don't think so.
As of 2014, most companies now offer any of their police interceptor models to have four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. As in the case of the Chevrolet Tahoe, they do now offer a four-wheel drive model. The Dodge does now offer a all-wheel drive interceptor with a Hemi. This is because of Ford's great success with their all-wheel drive program, as of Ford ending the production in 2012 of the Crown Vic, which was the most popular police vehicle of all time. And now they've kind of redefined the market with the all-wheel drive. It makes a lot of sense for people that live in climates with weather that could include a lot of snow or ice, or just anybody that wants something that takes off faster from the line, which is important when a police officer is trying to get somewhere fast or take off to go for a car, or making a U-turn. That means a lot, and the fact of all-wheel drive just it makes the vehicle a lot more useful in a lot of ways. In these next couple of videos, you can see how important it is for the police officers to have vehicles that are able to make it through any type of terrain to get to emergency situations, especially in snow events, as we here in Kentucky see somewhat often, that it is important to be able to get around, and it's especially important for police officers. These couple of videos show the rear-wheel drive police cars having some issues getting around, even one being pulled out. And then after that, I wanted to share a video of the Dodge Pursuit all-wheel drive Charger, them testing it, and some of the things that they talk about in there. Some of the things relate to the class, like steering with the throttle, just ABS, some of the control. Even when the guy asked us if he was scaring the instructor, I feel like that's something we have happening in our class, so I felt like it related as well. But this is definitely after doing all this research, it's definitely an eye-opener to see what kind of difference all-wheel drive makes versus rear-wheel drive in a police car. One thing that we need to also remember is that part of it is the way we drive, and we can control how our car acts, as you can see in this video where the officer seems to decide to back up and try again, which is a good option for a car without all-wheel drive. As you can see, he's trying to make it up the hill, and getting momentum is the hardest part. So as the officer gets momentum, he keeps it. That's another thing people forget is once you get momentum, you do not stop if possible, especially when going up a hill in the snow. You just do not want to lose your momentum. In the next video, you can see an officer being pulled out by a all-wheel drive Subaru, so it's going to allow you to see the front and the rear tire spinning on the vehicle and getting it stuck free from where it is. As you can see here, the man hooks his Subaru to the rear-wheel drive Dodge Charger. Again, the common denominator here, where you see a rear-wheel drive car being used in an environment where there's no place of being. Most of the times you can get them around, but once you get them stuck, they're really stuck. As you can see, this car, which is all-wheel drive, is having a hard time climbing out. So what he's going to do here is back up and then give it a yank and see if he can get some momentum going. But that just shows you the advantage of an all-wheel drive car just getting a little bit of traction and helping the rear-wheel drive car get traction. And the next video was put out by Dodge. It's about their all-wheel drive pursuit vehicle, and he takes it around a track. I thought it was pretty interesting to see how the engineer talked to the guy that was driving.
All right, Rich, we've got the Charger Pursuit behind us, which is, of course, one of the all-wheel drive cars here. Tell me about this all-wheel drive system.
The Pursuit can leverage what we've done on the Charger for several years now. It has an active transfer case, primary rear-wheel drive, can send power to the front on demand. This is available in a Hemi configuration, the 8-speed transmission. But the active transfer case is the heart of sending power to where it needs to go.
Yep.
You can then steer with the throttle, so you give it a little bit more throttle, and the rear wheels can
come up a
send
little bit.
around, and once your wheels are turned, it can pivot.
Now, do you do this kind of testing? Do you have a course like this up in the UP somewhere where you?
We do.
Yeah.
We leverage a couple of locations and very engineered surfaces. This is actually not our standard type of surface. We're seeing a little bit more ice.
Yeah,
it's snow.
It's a little tricky because we really don't know how much grip we're getting at any given time, right? It's hard to judge the amount of grip I've got. So I'm being more careful right now because I don't know when I'm going to lose grip. We do have snow tires. So there we go. There goes the back end. It just came out a little bit. I was able to modulate that. And here we go on the straightaway. So
Careful, the man on the outside of the turn.
I see the man on the outside of the turn. So there we go. Give it a little power. It starts to drift around. Get a little bit of a drift going there. Now putting the power down. That's pretty damn good, dude. We're 70 miles an hour down the straightaway. And the brakes have good power. I have good grip.
Small ABS event there was trying to keep you straight.
Yeah. I'm hoping I'm not scaring you.
No.
Okay, good. All right, I'm trying to be gentle with the police car, but it's just starting to get fun now. Let's bring it around this turn. The thing is, if you hit one of the...
Well, that's basically all I have to show you on all-wheel drive and why I believe it is important in police cruisers everywhere across the country to have them, whether it's the better acceleration, the better traction control, being able to go around obstacles better with the all-wheel drive and putting power to your front tires when needed. As you can see in this video, this car would have greatly benefited from having the front tires spinning. So basically my conclusion is that the all-wheel drive will always be better than rear-wheel drive in value, because you may not always use it, but when you need it, it's there. They handle very well, as do some of the rear-wheel drive vehicles. The only problem I see is that most police officers are trained in rear-wheel drive vehicles, but I do see that changing over the current future because the market is changing, and that's one thing about policing is that it changes defining by the media, by the people that build the cars, make the guns. they change the way that police officers they work. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a lot. Thanks.